Let's turn our attention to the Lakers, who introduced their revamped roster on Friday at their practice facility in El Segundo, California. First-year coach Frank Vogels talked a lot about his expectations for the Lakers' defense this upcoming season. Let's take a listen to Coach Vogel.
As great as they want to be. We have the talent to be elite on the defensive end of the floor. We've got to commit to it. The care factor's got to be higher than anybody in the league, and we got to play harder and more physical than anybody in the league throughout the other 2 games. And that will build the standard, build the habits of who we need to be going to the playoffs.
Avery Bradley echoed Vogel's sentiments by saying, quote, "Each and every night, every opportunity I get, I'm going to try to prove and show the world that I'm the best perimeter defender in the NBA." So today, is defense an asset or a liability for the Lakers show?
I like that confidence because even in your same city, you have some defenders in Beverly and Kawhi and Paul George that you're trying to put yourself in the conversation with, so I like that. But 100%, it's a liability, largely because defense is an effort thing, and has the effort always been there for the Lakers? No. But has there been a reason for them to have effort, especially with LeBron James and his injury situation toward the end of last year? Probably not. But this is where I actually am excited defensively, the addition of Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis last year had a career high in rebounds, career high in assists, career high in steals. And then he's just pretty much a helicopter in the paint. Like, to have that will automatically upgrade your defense. Now, offensively, I'm excited also because when's the last time we had a 26-point per game center for the Lakers? Probably like 2000, 2002, 2003 with Shaq.
Right.
So this is an upgrade, not just defensively where you really need it, but now you have that nice, no longer a liability in the paint offensively for the Lakers as well.
Yeah, I think the answer to is the defense an asset or liability is yes. I think it could be both.
It could be both, yes.
I don't think you're going to see a team whose defensive performance this season is more elastic than the Lakers. On one hand, and I love Davis for this, right? I mean, he is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, automatically.
Yes.
And then they brought in guys like Green, best transition guard defender in the league.
Yes, no doubt.
Avery Bradley's, great on the ball. So they have the tools, but there's this trademark of LeBron regular season teams. It's like, how many times have we seen it? Like 2015-16 Cavs, they're ranked 19th. I'm ready to pick Atlanta because how can a 19th ranked defense make it to the championship? What happens on April 15th? The playoffs start, and all of a sudden the team is an all-world defensive squad. And I just think that it's going to be an asset some nights. It's going to be a liability from an effort standpoint. They're going to be all over the place. But I think the personnel. And again, Davis is the key. She's absolutely right. Like that, he's one of the 4 or 5 best defenders in the league.
Yeah, look, I think that this to me is the biggest question mark for me. They do have some players that can defend, as you've all pointed out. Davis, Green, Caldwell-Pope is actually a good defender.
Yeah, size.
Who?
Rondo?
I don't believe Rondo's the type of defender that he once was. I think that he's still capable. I don't.
Cultural ability.
I think he's still a smart player. I think arguably he may be the smartest player on the floor, outside of LeBron, which says a lot. You talk to guys around the league and they talk about Rondo's IQ, and that part of it you can't make up for that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he helps. But as far as on the ball, I don't know if at this stage of his career he's that guy. The interesting part to me is Avery Bradley, because he's been dealing with so many injuries over the last couple of years that I want to see him, if he can revert back to being the guy he was in Boston maybe several years ago. If he's that's the type of stuff that you look at this particular Lakers team and say, he is a buy low candidate that you can say can be a real difference maker if he reverts back to being that.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. But I think overall for the Lakers, it's just more so commitment to making this work, because right now is the time for LeBron James. And as you mentioned, it's sort of here in their defense. And he's good at picking when to apply it. Like, we think about 2016, the block. Like, that is great. But you have no chance but the present and the now to make sure you put out that effort and energy, because at this point, did you say 34 in December?
35, yeah.
It's 35. It's right now that you have to be all in.
So go ahead.
I think they'll be, and I'm going to make my over-under, they'll be ranked 13th in defensive efficiency.
Yeah, I thought middle of the pack. Yeah.
By the way, on their best nights, they're a top 5 defense, and on their laziest nights, they're a bottom 5.
But that's sort of where they were last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. If they're going to close games, and let's just assume Kuzma will be healthy sooner rather than later, their closing unit will be what? LeBron, AD, Kuzma, and then what are the Danny Green, and then who else?
I mean, it depends who you have at point. I mean, do you close with Rondo? Do you close with Avery? Is James running point?
Is Caruso out there? He's actually might be the best. He might be. Look, if people sleeping on Caruso.
They are sleeping on Caruso.
Caruso might be the best all-around point guard they have on the roster right now, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, but you can take a pick of what you need in that moment. Do you need championship experience like a Rondo? Do you need a Caruso who actually understands and is younger? Like,
Caldwell-Pope or Bradley if you need defense and shooting.
And here's the thing about late game defense. It's all about decision making,
100%.
right? Like, it's instinct. How much do I gamble? When do I go? When do I mean, like, and I think they have a collective intelligence that should leave them not terribly invulnerable.
But it starts at the top. It starts at the top. It has to start with LeBron James, making sure that culture is there where, hey, we are playing defense every possession because we have to win this championship now. We didn't put all of our cards in the middle of the table for us to do this later. We have to do it now.
Well, I think to your point, I think it's because we kind of alluded to it earlier. Even though LeBron has defied all sorts of logic when it comes to father time, he is going to be 35 in December, right? So I think he's got probably 2 peak LeBron years left, this year and next year. And then after that, look, he's going to be 37 years old once the season starts if he's still playing. And you cannot rely on him night in and night out to play that kind of defense. There's going to be some sort of slippage. And again, he chooses to play defense on certain nights because it's a long game for him, which is the smart business decision. No one is denying that. But I do think, to your point, is that the window is small. It's smaller than most things. It's small for the Clippers. They only have these guys signed in theory for 2 years too. So everyone has to kind of deal with the fact that they're dealing with these small windows. So
thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN Plus.